Doug Damon's my name, and in conjunction with your local community television network, we're proud and honored to be your guest this year and host. And also, there are some great vibrations here at this press preview, highlighting the Motor City's most beautiful cars in the world. And for a lot of you who don't know the history of the auto show, it goes back to 1899. James Metzger actually started this process, came up with the idea, and it wasn't until 1907 the first auto show was held in Detroit. That was the year the Detroit Tigers actually won the World Series as well against the New York Yankees. Well, from there in 1957, it became international, including automobiles from Asia and Europe. And then in 1965, the auto show came here to Cobo Hall, right in Detroit, where it's remained ever since. Well, there's been a $300 million renovation as well to the Cobo Center, bringing nearly 1 million square feet of space. The good thing about this event, it brings over $500 million to local businesses here in the community, and as well as charity for youngsters and hospitals throughout the area. It takes a lot of volunteers as well to come on down. We have about 6,000 journalists from around the world. We have 63 countries represented, so it becomes an auto show of diplomacy right here in Detroit. Some of the volunteers that see the program want to come down, and we have one such person. Her name's Sydney Marie. Sydney, thanks for taking the time out.
Thank you very much for bringing me here.
Indeed, and you saw the show that we put on, and I wondered if you could come down and be a volunteer and tell us a little bit about your background and your interest in cars.
Yeah, so my background is primarily in theater. I got my start up at Interlochen, where I studied comparative arts at the Academy for a year. I also work in hotels with my day job, and that has a little more in common with theater than you might think. And I'm very happy to be here looking at some fabulous cars and getting to talk with some amazing creative minds.
Wonderful. And you're one of those creative people who went to Interlochen, the famous school here in Michigan, and I guess they had some famous graduates, but you attended there.
Yeah, I did. Among their graduates are Tony Trucks, who starred in The Sopranos, Jackson Rathbone played Jasper in the Twilight Saga, and the singer Jewel.
Well, I understand you're quite a singer too.
Yeah, I do have some vocal training.
Well, wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax as we take you throughout nearly this 1 million square feet of auto exhibition here in Detroit, Michigan, the North American International Auto Show for 2017.
2017 International Auto Show in front of this year's Ford F-150, and I'm here with Todd Ecker, one of the fabulous men working on this project. And Todd, what do you want to tell me about this car? What makes it pop?
Well, I mean, this is our new F-150, and it's even smarter, even tougher, and even more capable than the F-150 we have out there today.
All right, so you're telling me it's tougher and more capable. What about this car will make it fare well in a Michigan winter?
Well, so in terms of overall toughness, we've got new styling, both in the front and the rear. The grills are wider, so it gives a visually kind of wider look, kind of reminiscent to Super Duty with our 2-bar grill. We also have, in terms of more capability, this will be the best towing F-150 we've ever had and our most advanced engine lineup. It'll also, for the first time, will offer a Power Stroke diesel to F-150.
Okay, wow, all of that definitely sounds phenomenal, and I definitely do notice that this car has a very strong, elegant design. I love the look of it. Now, I know one thing I've heard about this car is that you guys have introduced this nice new aluminum body to sort of bring a little bit more fuel efficiency into the mix. So, what is the mileage on this car?
So this is basically in the 2015 years when we brought in high-strength military-grade aluminum. And so basically with that, it not only helps with efficiency, but it also helps with overall capability. So it allows us to strengthen the frame a bit more and give our customers even more capability. On our 2.7-liter EcoBoost diesel, we have the best fuel economy in the full-size pickup, 26 miles per gallon.
Fabulous. Wow. Okay. So what can you tell me about the interior? I'm definitely seeing a lot of nice leather work, but what sort of inspirations did you have, and what are the most prominent features in there?
So, a number of different things. So, in our interiors, you're really seeing now the choice that comes through with F-150. Basically, from our XL work truck, which is really more of a heavy-duty kind of truck, from the work perspective, all the way up to our Platinums and Lariats. This is our King Ranch that has the really nice designed interiors and lots of features. A number of the things that we're really proud of. We have a number of class exclusive features, but new for the 2018, we have two which kind of plays to our even smarter idea. We have automatic emergency braking. So it's our pre-collision assist with pedestrian detection. If you're going to get near something, either a vehicle or even a person, it will first give you a warning, and then if necessary and at the right speeds, will brake for you. And then we also have adaptive cruise control with stop and go. So you can set the cruise control like you normally would, but it will actually stay in that length, the right level between the car in front, all the way down to a complete stop. So this is where we say even smarter with our new F-150.
Okay, so we've definitely got some good safety features in there as well. That automatic stop, I'm certain we could all make use of that at some point. All right, I would like to thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me about this fabulous car. I definitely want to get one, so thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sydney. We're back here at the BMW exhibit, and our friends all the way from Germany bring their cars every year. A lot of us in Ann Arbor, throughout the Detroit area, love these cars. They're doing a great job. We have Johan from BMW. Thanks, Johan.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Indeed. And you've come all the way from Germany. You've brought your cars here to Detroit. You know you have a lot of faithful customers here. Tell us what's new with BMW this year.
Yeah. So for us, it's BMW. United States is a very important market for us, and so it's a great pleasure to have the world premiere in Detroit. So it's the first to show this car to the public. So, and the most important thing for us is to offer the most sporty business sedan. So we did really a lot to have the driving experience in a perfect way with a new chassis, with new suspension, new steering, and so I think it's really a great driving experience with this car.
And that's what we hear from BMW drivers. Your suspensions are excellent.
Yeah, so this is really important. So for us, it's very important to have a really sporty car with a dynamic feeling and really a good driving experience.
I like that, dynamic feeling, and that's what BMW brings to the marketplace.
So this is very important. So we have less, up to 100 kilo less weight in this car, and this means, in our understanding, really dynamic. It's really a good acceleration. We have new engines in this car, and what I mentioned too, we have really improved acoustic. So it's a good impression and a good driving experience.
And wonderful stereo systems inside.
Yeah, so it's really good. So we offer three different stereo systems in the basic, in the high level, and so it's really a great feeling of stereo feeling. Yes.
And Johan, one final comment on this autonomous driving concept. Is BMW looking into that, or is that something you're going to offer?
Of course, we work for autonomous driving. So for us, it's a BMW co-pilot, personal co-pilot. But we think it's usual in 2021. So now we have driver assistance systems, and so we say this is one of the most innovative car with a lot of driver assisting systems. But these are assisting systems. We are in the understanding. BMW customer like to drive by themselves.
That's right, and this is the kind of car you want to be in control of because it feels good.
Yeah, so this is really important for us, and so it's an ultimative driving machine, and so this is a target for us, and this, I think, the 5 Series will offer to the customer.
Wonderful, Johan. Thank you for coming all the way to America. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Doug. I am here with Ryan Nemec, the Interior Design Manager of the Navigator Concept SUV. And so just tell me a little bit about this car. Like, what inspired you to make it? What are sort of the wow factors?
A few of the wow factors about this vehicle is about reconnecting with your family and friends. It's really creating that sense of community. The exterior is very beautiful and a bit of a dominating presence, and our goal was to create that wow factor to bring you into it, so you create that reconnection with the people around you. We've done that by having the gull-wing doors and the concertina steps, which allow you to be brought into the vehicle. We also put 7 screens inside of the interior where we allowed communication between the passengers, the sense of layering in the interior, creates a calmness that happens, and then also too, we've catered the vehicle for a sailing trip. So on the back we have a cargo system that allows us to move on to do a yacht or a sailing trip with the family.
Okay, wow, so it sounds like this is definitely the kind of car that you could take on a road trip and have a great time with. All right, so talk to me a little bit about the interior, since that's the part that you designed. What sort of inspired you? What are your favorite aspects?
Well, the inspiration behind this has a lot to do with the yacht and the sailing theme. Hence, it pulls into the colors, the teak wood, the color of the blue. It would, on top of that, again, that notion of connecting with the family, reconnecting with the people around you, creating a sense of community within the vehicle, and then creating a luxury escape for everyone that's involved. Some of the features involved in this are creating these horizontal layers with the notion of the piano key shifter. We have integrated navigation screens. So we're really thinking about cleaning everything up and then creating this sense of dominant elements within the interior.
Okay, wow. I definitely do see a lot of nice, strong lines in there, and I really do like that. So talk to me about when this might be available. It is a concept car, so it's not in production yet, if I'm not mistaken.
This is a concept vehicle. It is a strong indication of what's to come in the future Navigator, which will be unveiled into 2018.
All right, so 2018, guys, we are greatly looking forward to seeing this car in its final form. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sydney, for that great interview over at Lincoln. And we're here at one of my favorite stops at the auto show, and that's Cadillac. I know for sure when you look in your rear view mirror, you know it's a Cadillac behind you. And we've got some great concept cars here this year at the 2017 Press Preview. We have Taki Karas, that is the designer of some of the vehicles here. And Taki, thanks for taking the time.
No problem. Thank you for the attention.
Now, as a designer, I'm certain you get your inspiration from many things in society or in your personal life. But one of the key things that give you the some of that creative process.
Sure. So working for Cadillac, its heritage is very inspiring. We know we have a big shoe to fill, especially when we do a vehicle of this scale. It's very reminiscent of the large Cadillacs that we've done, large sedans. Also, I think modern mid-century modern furniture, American design, anything American design, so that we can get inspired by that as well.
So art, science, fashion, that all fits into your genre.
Correct. And we're definitely inspired by our peers and other manufacturers as well.
Well, it's a great brand name, certainly, but also durability has come into play. Fuel efficiency, autonomous driving, all those factors. How's Cadillac going to fit into those things?
So yeah, I think Mary Barra says it best. She says in the next 5 years, the industry is going to change more than it's changed in the last 50. So autonomy is going to bring a whole new world to a designer. And we're going to have to treat car design much differently than we have in the past. It's not going to be just as much about the styling of the vehicle as it is going to be how you use the vehicle and the use case of your actual daily use. So it's very different. Cadillac is a luxury brand, obviously, or a pinnacle of American luxury. So we have to think in it in that space. So we're definitely going to try new things. We're going to try different types of products to meet the needs of the consumers.
Certainly an interactive design, in essence, encompassing society, the needs of the everyday person, and also the current future technology. It just seems to be going by leaps and bounds.
Yeah, we just launched a program called Cadillac Book, and it's a program in New York City right now where you can pretty much sign up for this program and you can get any car in the Cadillac fleet, and it's hand delivered to you, white glove service, concierge. You pay a monthly service fee, almost like with a cell phone service. So it's a new avenue for ownership into the Cadillac brand.
I like that feature. That's wonderful. Well, if you can see yourself in a Cadillac, ladies and gentlemen, come on down to the North American International Auto Show. Taki, thank you.
No problem.
And keep up the good work at Cadillac.
Thanks. We appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, hello. We are back here at the 2017 Auto Show, and this is Jim, a member of the Hyundai team, and he is going to talk to me here about the plug-in Sonata Hybrid. So the first thing on everybody's mind when they hear plug-in is obviously going to be the fuel economy. So just how many miles per gallon am I going to get with this car?
You'll get more than 40. And the beauty of a plug-in, I think, is that you don't have any range anxiety, right? You can run on electric only, maybe up to about 30 miles. But if you want to take a longer trip, put gas in it and go. So it's really the best of both worlds. And that's what we like about the plug-in Sonata. And we have our plug-in Ioniq here, which isn't on the market yet, but it's coming later this year.
Okay, so this would definitely be good both for maybe a short local trip. I could even just run off the battery, or I could take it on a longer road trip, say, and run off gas.
Right, so if the all-electric range is about 28 miles. So if you've got a 28-mile commute to work or school, you can get there on all-electric, plug in, do your thing during the day, drive home. You haven't used any gas. So if you want to head up to Traverse City for the weekend, no problem. You can do that as well. So that's why I say best of both worlds.
I agree, totally. So now talk to me a little bit about the design. I'm seeing like really sleek, nice, elegant lines here. What were some of the inspirations for this?
Yeah, the Sonata's, our second best-selling vehicle. It competes in a very tough class. The mid-size sedan class is really tough. And we think this model and the one before really moved that segment of the market forward in the design world. Design really matters now. And it's just a car that you want to be seen in. It's very comfortable. You get the turbo engine in it. It can be a lot of fun. You get the hybrid model. It still fits your whole family. You get the full trunk space. So design's really gotten to be very important in this segment. That's why we've gone a little bit, out there with this one.
I agree wholeheartedly. The design of this car is probably my favorite aspect. But talk to me a little bit too about the safety features. Say I have, my little brother or sister or my son or my daughter in here. What features are there to help me keep them safe while we're driving?
Well, it's a top safety pick by the IIHS, which ranks the safety of all automobiles. So the Sonata is extremely safe. Blind spot detection, automatic emergency braking, rear view camera, rear cross traffic alerts. All these things combined form a safety suite that are going to keep you, your friends, your family safe. And Sonata's one of the safest vehicles in the segment.
That sounds excellent. Now, we've talked about fuel economy, we've talked about safety, we've even talked about how cool it looks, but what's your personal favorite thing about this car?
It's easy to live with. It's sporty, it's practical, it can be quick, it gets good mileage, so it's kind of, a plus. You can look at the sportiness, but you're not impacting the fuel economy. You can look at the roominess, but you're not impacting the looks of the car. So I think it's, a plus car in that regard.
He is definitely right. Plus, best of both worlds, both practical and it looks amazing. So that is it, folks. The plug-in Sonata Hybrid. Back to you, Doug.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the North American International Auto Show. A very important show it is, not just because of automobiles, but because of what the results are as we're finding with the new technologies that we're all being participants in. One of the cars that I haven't had personal experiences is with the Toyota Prius. And especially for a lot of our viewers out in Ann Arbor, Wyandotte, it's not uncommon to get about 48 miles per gallon in this automobile. And we have a new Prius that's out in the market. We have Tennille with us from Toyota. It's going to give us some good background to this new available vehicle. Thanks, Tennille.
Yeah, of course. So you thought 48 was pretty amazing, right?
I sure did.
So what do you think about 58?
I can hardly wait.
So the new Prius that just got redesigned last year, the one you know and love, is even better than before, and it gets up to 58 miles per gallon. And then now we have an additional Prius that plugs in, the Prius Prime, so you can get 133 miles per gallon equivalent.
Oh, that's fantastic. We know gas prices aren't going to stay low. They're definitely going to go up in the future. Keeping a propensity to save of our income is what this automobile can do at those kind of mile per gallon increases.
Yes, and you already know and love the hybrid technology that you see in a Prius, where you put the gas in and it works with that hybrid battery. However, the Prius Prime is going to have a third battery that you plug in for up to 25 miles pure electric. So theoretically, you could go months without actually filling your gas tank if you're doing a lot of local driving, and then you plug it in at night, wake up the next morning, and it's charged and ready to go.
And for a compact car, I find the handling is just like a Formula One car.
Yes, especially now. So like I said, 2016, huge leaps and bounds. It's quieter, it's smoother, it really takes the road, it takes the turns, and it feels like a sports car.
And has a lithium battery.
Actually, yeah. So they used to have the nickel metal hydrate, which is still available in some of the trim levels, and you actually have moved to a lithium ion in another set of trim levels for the 2016 redesign.
Well, Tennille, your company's done a great job with this car. Keep it up. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of drivers out there, and fuel efficiency, safety is another good feature with this vehicle.
Yes. So currently it's got the latest and greatest safety technology called Toyota Safety Sense with pedestrian detection. So it's going to come standard on even your base model. It can detect people and vehicles that either walk out in front of you or vehicles that stop suddenly, and can help you stop your car. And you get standard lane departure alert, auto high beam, and full speed dynamic radar cruise control. So let's say you're even driving in the city, it's like cruise control for city all the way up to your freeway driving.
In essence, it's a form of autonomous driving, but you're in control.
Exactly. You're in control, it's safe, and it's standard on even our base model.
Wonderful, Tennille. Keep up the good work at Toyota.
Well, you need to test drive the new one and let me know what you think.
I'll get the keys from you before I go. Stay with us, folks.
Hi, it's Sydney again here at the 2017 Auto Show. And did you know that every year approximately 2,000 people are killed because they text while driving? So So please stay tuned for this public service announcement by the Michigan State Police, the Michigan Department of Natural Resources, and the Michigan Horse Council.
Thank you for staying with us, ladies and gentlemen, here at the North American International Auto Show. We came up here to the Michigan State Police display. We have Trooper Shaw. We're all concerned about distracted driving, so is the state police. So if you get your head out of your app, you just might save your life for the person next to you, right, Mr. Shaw?
Absolutely. That's one of the things that we focused on in November was distracted driving. Now, we all know that April is National Distracted Driving Month, and we'll really hit it again. But we've talked to our troopers as they're out on patrol every day to look at distracted driving, because we know this is the #1 cause of crashes in the Metro Detroit area, across the state and probably across the country. Distracted driving leads to many things, either losing your mind and not knowing how fast you're going, traveling too close to the person in front of you because you're too busy looking down at your cell phone. So we want to remind everyone, not only in the state of Michigan, but across the country, to get your head out of your app. That's a campaign that we use to kind of use an educational purpose of it. For us, we use an unmarked car where we put ununiformed troopers in these unmarked cars to go out there and try to find people that are using their cell phone, that are texting, that are eating, switching their radio stations, and then have a marked car pull them over. Sometimes, we just, it's educational, a verbal warning, hey, this is something that you want to be careful of. But other times, we did give them that ticket.
Sure, they're pretty hefty, I understand. And like you say, it's a lot better than getting somebody killed if you can live with the rest of your life. Consequently, we're seeing a doubling of fatality over the last few years, and this is why you guys are out there being very diligent. About 2,000 people last year in America were killed because of this.
Of distracted driving. In Michigan alone, 2014, we had 14 of our residents who were killed on our roads, and then 28 in 2015. So when the stats come out for 16, we're concerned as we're seeing this doubling of distracted driving deaths go, that's going to get even worse. So it's time for us to kind of get in there. You got to throw that phone in your trunk. If you got to throw it in the back seat, whatever you got to do to kind of remind yourself. And one of the things that we really want to be careful of is when we talk to a lot of teenagers and kids and people that are learning how to drive, where did you learn, the text and drive and things like that? And their first and only answer is mom and dad.
There you go. Well, it applies to all of us. Folks, make sure you stay safe out there. Put down that little machine when you're driving the big machine. And just, if you would, just stay tuned for 40 seconds. We have a public service announcement in conjunction with the Department of Natural Resources, Michigan State Police, and Michigan Horse Council.
Always pass slow and wide when encountering Michigan equine trail groups on Michigan roadways. The Michigan Horse Council, along with the Michigan Department of Natural Resources, maintains over 225 miles of outdoor recreational trails for horse and equine activities. The Michigan State Police reported there were 889 traffic fatalities and 753 cell phone distracted driving crashes this year, a 13% increase from the previous year. Horse and livestock fatalities are on the increase. Please keep these common sense procedures in mind when encountering equine trail signs. Always pass slow and wide. Heed riders' request to slow down. Activate hazard signal lights on your vehicle. And treat every horse as a hazard. This message from the Michigan Department of Natural Resources and the Michigan Horse Council.
As we have been taking you throughout the press preview of the North American International Auto Show, we decided to come down to the MGM Grand and see some really special and unique automobiles. Cars that are helping people, especially the hospital in Ann Arbor, the Children's Hospital. And we have a Michigan company. We have a gentleman named Mr. Jeff Lemke. He's going to describe a little bit about this specialty vehicle that we build in Holly, Michigan.
We do. We make it in Holly, Michigan. This is a Falcon F7. It's a aluminum chassis, all carbon fiber body supercar. The Lingenfelters make the engines for them, so you can get a couple of different engines for it. You can get a 620 horsepower or a twin turbo 1100 horsepower car. It's a very fast car. All the cars are handmade and made to order, and we just build a handful of them.
Wonderful. Handmade right here in Michigan.
Yeah.
And these cars are helping people, as we say, the Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor benefits from what happens here at the gallery every year at the MGM Grand. Mm-hmm. And Jeff, we want to appreciate you taking the time out there. Good work that you folks are doing over there. And perhaps we'll see you in one of these around town or in Ann Arbor.
You could.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Stay with us, folks, here at the North American International Auto Show. And we're here at the gallery at the MGM Grand. And we reported a little earlier today about the great proceeds that automobiles do, how they do help people, not only here in Detroit, but throughout the country. We have Tiffany, a lady knowledgeable about the event and what occurred here and what is happening with these cars. And Tiffany, thanks for taking the time.
Sure.
I understand you were helping in the event here that
Sure.
these vehicles were used for a special function.
Yep. Last night we had a gallery. Tickets were sold for about $500, and the proceeds all went to Children's Hospital. We had a silent auction here. A lot of donations from different places all over the country, so people could bid on those, and again, all the proceeds went to Children's. I'm representing Porsche, so there's a lot of manufacturers here: Jaguar, Land Rover, Ferrari, Rolls-Royce, BMW. Everybody's here in this section, and they have about 2 cars each. And so people were able to walk around, look in and out of the cars. We actually have a limited edition 911R, and then we have our Panamera Turbo, which is newly designed and is out for us in dealerships in January 2017. So that's this month, so they should be in dealers.
Wonderful. And, seeing the activity and the energy, these cars are really going to help these kids at the Mott Hospital in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love being a part of it. I've worked with Children's Hospital actually all my life, so it's a personal thing for me. And I love being a part of charity events. And it's really nice to see these high-end companies and people come in and donate their time and money to help a community like the Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor.
Wonderful. And it's nice to see these things helping these young kids and the spirit of Detroit as well.
Absolutely.
Tiffany, thanks. You did a
You're
great
welcome.
job.
Thank you.
And you folks stay with us. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 North American International Auto Show right here in the Motor City, USA. Detroit, Michigan, one of the oldest cities in America, actually founded in the 1600s and still going strong today. Well, we've taken you through nearly 1 million square feet, so our feet need a little rest. We like to definitely thank everybody for their attention and paying attention as well to the distracted driving laws. Certainly we don't want people to catch they were driving. Sydney, you're a real trooper out there, getting some good interviews and so forth. And as a young person, what do you think about this event?
I think it's just fabulous to see all the innovation here. I mean, just to think about what's happening now, all of the potential this unleashes for the next 2 years, the next 10 years, the next 50 years. I'm really excited to see where this goes.
What do you think about this autonomous driving world?
You know, I'm kind of excited for it. I know it's a little bit scary, but I think it's got a lot of potential, and I'd like to see what they do with it.
I'm certain your generation is going to usher that in for us as well, so we wish you guys the best of luck. We want to thank, too, Michigan Green Car as well, Mr. Tim Tobias, Dave the driver, who took the time out to bring us on down safely. They also are very innovative, using fuel cell vehicles, saving like 64,000 gallons of fuel just with the 12 vehicles they use to get people around to their destinations. So it takes people like that to make a good team. We're going to let you go, folks. Take care until next year here at the North American International Auto Show in Detroit, Michigan for 2017. I'm Doug Gaiman. This is Sydney Marie. Don't text and drive.